the story is about to get even juicier. So there's a particular evangelist, Evangelist Ikuku. He went on social media and said, I was sexually attracted to my wife, but our marriage has lost every sexual attraction. Now I find it hard to even come close to my wife. Initially, I thought it was an infection, and then until I flirted with another woman.
Pastor.
And, you know, things were happening there. He now said that I didn't know my wife until after marriage. That is, they waited until marriage. I knew I was sexually attracted to her, but as I'm talking to you now, every atom of sexual attraction has gone. Sometimes I question if it is spiritual.
Aww.
Maybe I have a spirit, maybe he has a spiritual wife. I don't know what else to think. Next year, the marriage will be 5 years. It's quite early, and this troubles him. So we are going to advise Evangelist Ikuku today on what to do, or we are going to evaluate his situation and see if we can help him. Please join the conversation by calling us on 081-270-53687, or you can call us on 091-390-76948. Tweet to us, #YourBTBC. And we're going to be on YouTube reading your messages as well. What should Evangelist Ikuku do? Ikuku.
I don't know if it's Igbo. Ikuku sounds like breeze.
Yes.
That's the meaning in Igbo. I don't know if it's Igbo.
Okay.
However, Evangelist Ikuku, like you, had this problem. And he did not deem it fit to have a conversation with his wife. Evangelist Ikuku, I put it to you that you're not ready for marriage.
You see?
That's one. Secondly, Evangelist Ikuku, the foundation of this your marriage is a bit faulty. You don't marry because this person, you don't marry for the sole reason of excitement, sexual excitement. There are other things there are other characters and attributes that you see that you can say, I will marry this person. There's something I always told myself. I said, I will marry somebody who is a friend, who I can live with, even if those feelings of love disappear. Can I live with this person? That's the question. Can I live with this person as a friend? Even if the feelings of love and attraction goes, am I compatible enough to stay with this person as a neighbor, as a friend in the house? Because I have realized that, you see those feelings, those chemical reactions that you call sexual, is actually chemical. It goes on and off. They disappear. There are days you will stay in your house, you don't want anybody to touch you. It doesn't mean you have fallen out of love. It just means that your body is reacting differently. And if you're matured in marriage, it's something that you will sit down and have a conversation. Where have I gone wrong? For women, it has to do with the mind. I've seen women who will be psyching themselves. A lot of women have this reality that they are no longer sexually attracted to their husband, but they are in the house. And they'll be psyching themselves over and over. I want to do this today. I want to do this tomorrow. I want to satisfy. It's work in progress. Sometimes you are all over each other. Other times, everybody's on their own. Don't even touch me. I don't want you near me. That is the journey of marriage. So Evangelist Ikuku is not ready for this thing called marriage. And he was asking unbelievers and social media advisors. A pastor that should be giving us spiritual advice is not asking us if he has spiritual wife.
Okay.
I don't know how to help you.
I am not on BC's side.
Okay, that's fine.
Evangelist Ikuku, I want to appreciate you for bringing such a vulnerable topic to fore, because it's a conversation that people are going through in their homes and in secret. Evangelist Ikuku, I'm happy that you're humble enough, in spite of the position as a pastor, where people expect that you know all and you're the beginning and the end, that you're willing to show something, you're willing to share with people something that you're struggling with and you do not know. The only part me and BC agree is, I hope he had this conversation with his wife. And I hope that this is a conversation that he has brought up, because after having this conversation with my wife, we have decided, let's put this out in the public. Maybe someone can help us. The truth is feelings come and go. He's not saying I don't love my wife. He's talking specifically of sexual attraction.
Yep.
And if you've been married long enough, And if you have heard of those who have married 20-something, you know, you would hear, I mean, you used to hear all sorts of stories. And there used to be a time that men had so many wives. So if this was not being attractive, he would spend more time with another one. So, which goes to show where he said, when he flirted with someone else, he found that it's not like this thing is dead within me. It's just that she is the person I'm unable to attract with. To tell you the truth, personally, I have no specific solution for that other than in this period, keep yourself safe from temptation while you work at it. Be friends again, you know, try and be friends. Sometimes, you know, people say the first 5 years of marriage can be the toughest when you're struggling with this, getting to know each other. It's no honeymoon phase is over. So all those things can play a part in the sexual chemistry, you know, the chemistry that is waning during this period. So if he understands that and he's willing to work with her, let's not make up about the core of it. Like, can I hold your hand practice holding hands, practice sitting down together, practice going out for a walk, practice having dates and things like that. Eventually, I believe, like everybody, you would see that it comes back. It's not I do not believe it's a spiritual matter, but if it is a spiritual matter, Pastor Ikuku, you have the best tool for that. You will pray hard, you will fast, and it will work. So that's my own.
Honestly, I have to listen to Nima's perspective.
I'm just wondering, sir, that if Pastor Kuku thought he was the only one who could fall out of sexual need of his wife. If it was the woman the other way around, and then she had a male friend she was confiding the matter in, and they would come and enter the third party in their friendship, and then she falls by the wayside and flirts with the man, would it be understandable if she had a spiritual husband? You know, because these things happen both ways. I have gone a month, so my husband likes PDAs, and I'm not a PDA person.
Please, what is PDA?
Whatever it is.
No, explain to me what it is now.
Public display of affection.
Okay, thank you.
As we are walking on the street, we are holding hands.
I am not that kind of person, and my husband will wake me in the morning with a hug, with a kiss, and all of that. And sometimes when I'm fighting, I will turn my back as if I do not like it. I'm sharing it because Miriam calls it a vulnerable topic, and people would wonder how other people would deal with it. And I did it to a point when he lost interest in doing it since she doesn't like it. And I missed it because 1 month straight, nothing happened in our house. Because I am a committed person to marriage, I woke up from my slumber one day and auntie, wake up, there's a pause in this relationship. What is happening? I evaluated on my own without a conversation and found the fault at my doorstep that I am the one who have killed every form of affection in the marriage. And I revisited the issue. I made a phone call and I toasted my husband. And I promised him, come home this night. It's a special day.
Again.
I put in the effort, took the day off, made the meals, and created the ambience and had that conversation. I'm saying it on this show because it is a vulnerable topic.
For Nima.
So you have the conversation. No, you see, marriage is for serious-minded people.
Yes.
It's not for the people who give up by the wayside and flirt on the wayside. My father used to say that it's not at the time when your marriage is in a troubled point that you have a male friend that you confide in. It is not at that point, because that is the devil in your third party, the third party in that relationship.
Yep.
So when you see that those things happen, you look within and ask yourself what is happening. And I looked at this person who has put in effort all the time, will come back home with gifts, and I'll just turn my eye because I want to make a point, and I drag this point 1 month. This point you are dragging, is it the point to paradise? Is it the way to heaven? What exactly are you dragging? And I dropped it. I had the conversation. I toasted my husband. It's my husband. The one that I've already paid the dowry on top of the head.
I love that.
I can toast him anyhow. And you put in that effort. That's what I expect of Pastor Ikuku. You know, he could put in that effort, visit the woman, and this is the woman you were toasting before. You can do it again. You can surprise her with gifts at the door. You can check whatever it is that she loves that she has been doing for you and repay the kindness. You know, things that, you know... And, you can't do this thing. This is not.
I love you for sharing. Like I love you. I love it. I love it. I love it. Kelechi has called from Port Harcourt. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm the first caller.
Welcome to the show.
This happens to be my in-law.
Hey. All right.
I've been calling. I want to contribute to the first topic. I'm an event planner. I had a recent issue. A couple, they wanted to wear. So in their recent church, the wife is pregnant. So the pastor asked them to wed before the pregnancy will show. But unfortunately, they are planning the wedding to be ending of this year. So definitely before then, the pregnancy is going to show. Now, instead of the pastor to tell them, okay, I won't wed you, what he told them was, I will not be around to wed you people. So being an event planner, I have to check everything. I told them, why don't you fall back to your Orthodox church? There they can accept you the way you are. Because obviously, they can't wed you by the festive period because the pregnancy will be very obvious then. And that was what happened. So I think the Pentecostal church, they should find a way around this. If we say our God is a merciful God, why don't we, as human beings, also be like God? Yes, we should wed them. Then after wedding them, there should be a punishment.
Yeah.
They can serve their penance after wedding them. Other than making them not to wed.
Thank you so much, Kelechi. That's a very another perspective. I think somebody has mentioned it during the course of the show. I love the play of conversation in advising this man. And I love the fact that we also many people are not aware that a lot of women actually go through this as well, where they are in a marriage and for some period, they just do not find their partner sexually attractive. That is not even in their head, based on everything going on in their head at the time. But marriage is about commitment, you know? So it's not about how I'm feeling. It's about the fact that I am a woman, I'm a man of my word, and I am committed to making this relationship work. And when it takes time, we'll put in the time. When it is rosy, we'll enjoy the rosiness. When it is requiring more from us to invest, we will invest it as well. It is wrong for everybody to just assume that everything will just be straight, smooth, and joyful all the way.
So there's a part of the scripture that says, take heed, ye that thinketh he stands, lest he falls. He had to, first of all, flirt with somebody to realize that his body was functioning well. That was putting himself in a very precarious situation. Anything could have happened. He could have
from BC today.
anything could have happened. He could have fallen, and then he would come back with that excuse. You know, I tried and I fell. And the fact that he brought it out, I don't know, because he brought it out with his full name spelled out there. I just hope that the wife at home did not see the problem they're having on social media. I hope it's something that he had talked to her about and they started finding their ways. And now this is the time to find a professional. There is no advice you will get on social media. People are not happy there. They just want somebody to entertain them. You have just given us a topic to talk about, which is okay for people who will now take this opportunity to learn. However, are you making any moves to speak to sex coaches and sex therapists that would help you revive that feeling? And also ask yourself, the things that attracted me to this woman, does she still have it? Because sometimes there are specific things, specific ways she was probably dressing or doing or something that really attracted you. And over time, it loses in the course of we're having children, we're paying bills and all that. Have you discussed with her that I used to like these small things you used to do? That short skirt you used to wear, can you wear it again for me? Did you have this conversation? And please, if you had this conversation, it will take a process for you to get back to that place. There's this thing they say that the best sexual organ is the mind. So you need to work on your mind and tell yourself that when I see my wife, my body will do me jiggy. And over time,
it will start doing you
reflecting. Exactly.
We'll take a few messages. We're almost completely out of time. Okay. I know we have loads of messages. So let's see the ones relevant to this particular topic before we run off.
Chigoze says, people should learn to reason well and live their lives without religious biases. How do a couple want to get married, think of terminating a pregnancy and look like saints to the church? How do you fear church and not fear God? He says, Tiribosa for Nima. He likes my story.
Ade Noble says, marriage is about give and take. Learn how to give and receive love. Ojoba says, Sharafadin says, marriage is an act of worship. Sex is an ingredient of marriage. If you lack attraction and your spouse is in the mood, then put effort towards regaining that attraction.
Andrew in Streatham says, tell Evangelist Ikuku needs to read the book in the Bible called Songs of Solomon. There are lots of verses to stretch a couple's imagination. I love that.
Oh God, my son was reading Songs of
This
Solomon
one.
and I was scared.
Who
Yes.
showed him that passage?
No, I read it at that age too.
Hey.
Songs of Solomon, Revelations. As a child, that's where I spent my time. I read. So
Okay.
good.
Onome-
Interesting.
Onome says, I commented the first day I saw this evangelist issue is that Ashawo dey eye. That's where I stand. It's all normal until the woman is saying she's no longer feeling the man.
It's
if
the
it's
other
the
way
man,
around.
They will castigate her.
And with that, we've come to the end of the show. Pick the one that works for you.
Yep.
A lot has come out of the show today, and I'm sure I know it is a lot of value. So find the one that works for you. Put in the effort. Don't be so scared of human beings. You will sin to God, and don't be so lazy to work on your marriage because everything requires work.